So hello everyone, welcome to Next Level Academy. So we are in the third lecture in the lecture series for Routh-Hurwitz criteria. In last lecture we discussed the second case, which is the special case in RH table. So we discussed that case, हमने एक example देखा था उस case का, and then we concluded all the basic concepts that are required in RH table. So from today's lecture, we'll start solving workbook question. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने पेन ड्राइव कोर्स या जी ड्राइव कोर्स लिया होगा, आपको एक वर्कबुक में मिला होगा, राइट? सो इन चैप्टर नंबर 4 you can just open your workbook. In that you will have a chapter number 4, Routh-Hurwitz stability criteria. Now first, one by one we'll solve all the questions from the workbook. Now these questions are not in the serial order as it is in the workbook. ये ऐसा नहीं है ये फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन होगा. आई गेस दिस इज फोर्थ और फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम योर वर्कबुक. जस्ट चेक कर लें एक बार, बट विल सॉल्व ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. सिंस आवर लास्ट लेक्चर ended with special case in RH table, special case, so I thought we should start with the example which has a special case in RH table. So let's start with today's session. So again I'm telling this is not your question number first from your workbook. ये आपका क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 नहीं है वर्कबुक का, बट ये वर्कबुक का ही क्वेश्चन है. आप बाद में चेक कर लेना. यू मस्ट बी हैविंग अ PDF और यू मस्ट बी हैविंग द हार्ड कॉपी ऑफ वर्कबुक. Right. So the question says the number of open loop right half plane poles of G of S. G of S आपने पास दिया है. They have given a G of S and is asking the open loop right half S poles of this given G of S. So in short, he is asking how many poles are on the right hand side of S plane. How many poles are on the right hand side of the S plane? We have given 4 options, 0, 1, 2, 3. This question was asked for GATE EC 2008, IISc Bangalore. So ये question है. I would request you, before I start solving this question, एक बार आप try करो. First pause the video and try this question. If there is someone who has not received the workbook or don't have the PDF of the workbook, you can copy down this question and first please try by yourself. And select the correct answer. If you're following my videos, I can give the assurity आपको ये सारे questions के answers आ जाएंगे, right? So let's start. So the number of open loop right half plane poles of G of S. सबसे पहले ये जो given G of S है, the given G of S, it is what? Open loop? Yes, it is open loop. यहाँ पे लिखा है ना open loop. So this is open loop. Right? The question says, what are the right hand side poles of the given open loop function? ये आपके पास open loop system दिया है G of S. इसके right hand side के poles कहाँ पे है? If they are asking about poles, we are sure then we should consider the denominator. अगर poles के बारे में बात कर रहा है क्वेश्चन में, then you should check the denominator. Why? Because denominator gives the location of the poles. लेकिन G of S तो open loop है. Doesn't matter open loop, closed loop, कुछ भी हो. This is not a characteristic equation. Right? This is open loop equation. Open loop system is given. उसके right hand side के poles कितने हैं वो पूछा है. So let's start solving the question. Right. So I've written down this is the G of S. So सबसे पहले Routh's table बनाना है. You have to make a Routh's table. Now one thing, since there is we have board is not sufficient to draw the entire table. Maybe it can happen. I can draw the table into 2 halves. लेकिन आपको ऐसा नहीं करना है. If you start the table, you have to make it till end. So s raised to 5, s raised to 4. Yes, कोएफिशिएंट s raised to 5 का 1 है, फिर 2 है, then it is 3, 6, 5 and 3. So मैंने कहा था हमेशा first 2 rows in the route will be given to you. First 2 rows in the routes will be given to you. So these 2 are given to you. Now you have to solve the remaining RH table. पूछा क्या है? How many right hand side poles exist? How many right hand side poles exist in the given open loop system? How to find poles on the right hand side? How to find the poles of right hand side? Lecture number 1, properties of route table. In lecture number 1, we have written some properties of route table. वहाँ पे लिखा था the number of right hand side poles मतलब the number of sign changes in the first column. The number of sign changes in the first column indicates that many right hand side poles in the given function. So we need to proceed. 3 into 2 is 6. 6 minus 1 into 6 is 6. So it is 0. ये close करना है आपको. You have to close this. 2 into 5 is 10. 2 into 5 is 10. 10 minus 3 upon 2. 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 by 2. 7 by 2. यहाँ पे कोई एलिमेंट नहीं है, so you can write here 0. You can write here 0. Now if you proceed further, क्या आएगा? सारा इंफिनिटी आएगा. If you proceed further, सारा इंफिनिटी आएगा. Why? Because we will be starting with 0 and we will be dividing with 0. So सारा इंफिनिटी आएगा. So this will eliminate our route table. This will eliminate our route table. So in last lecture only I discussed this point. In last lecture only I have discussed this point. What to do then? What to do then? जभी भी whenever there is a 0 in the first column, whenever there is a 0 in the first column of RH table, replace that 0 with a variable. Replace that 0 with a variable. कौन सा variable? Of your choice. Alpha, beta, gamma, sigma, any. लेकिन books क्या करते हैं? Books लिखते हैं epsilon. So we'll write epsilon. I'll write epsilon here. So we have to replace that 0 with a variable epsilon, and then we should proceed, and then we need to proceed in solving the RH table. And at the end, and once you have the RH table, and at the end you have to replace this epsilon by 0 again. And once you have developed the RH table, you have to replace this epsilon by 0 again. So I hope this is clear to you. This is not ORZ, this is not odd row 0 condition. Why? Because 7 by 2 hai. So please start. Yes, so I have replaced this 0 by epsilon. I have replaced this 0 by epsilon. Now 6 epsilon into 6 is 6 epsilon. 6 epsilon minus 7 by 2 into 2. So it will be 7 by 2 into 2. So ये 2 cancel हो जाएगा. Upon epsilon, this will be your 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. So यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? यहाँ पे आएगा 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. I hope it is clear. Epsilon into 3, अभी ये close करना है आपको, because we have to find the second element in the row. You have to close this. Epsilon into 3 is 3 epsilon. 3 epsilon minus 2 into 0 upon epsilon. I told you the trick. ये 3 will come down as it is. This 3 will come at the end as it is. If you want, you can write a 0. s raised to 1. S raised to 1. Yes, what to write in s raised to 1? This term multiplied by 7 by 2, so it is 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon into 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon upon 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. This term 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon multiplied by 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon divided by this term. So this is what you will get. This is what you will get. This is what you will get. Now I don't have that much space to write all these things here. Please write down. ये पूरा आपको लिखना है. You have to write all these things at the s raised to 1 location. I'll still try. It is 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon into 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon whole divided by 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. This is the first element. ये पूरा क्या है? ये पूरा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट है. s रेज टू 1 का कोइफिशिएंट है ये. s टू द पावर 1 का ये पूरा कोइफिशिएंट है ये. Right? So I hope you have written this. So I'll just rub this. Or better, what I'll do, I'll continue this table on this side. Exam में ऐसा नहीं करना है आपको. Since I have no place, so you should not do like this. So it is 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon into 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon upon 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. Yes, again I am saying, because I don't have space, I have limited space, so I have divided this table into 2. You have to do it throughout the page, right? आपको ऐसे divide नहीं करना है table. Right. So first element तो मिल गया है. Now close this. This into 0, 0. So the second element will be 0 only. S raised to 0. S raised to 0. This element multiplied by 3. This element, whole element multiplied by 3 minus this element into 0 will be 0 divided by this, you will get nothing but 3. एक बार चेक कर लो. Just check once. Right? आगे तो 0 ही आएगा. So हमारे पास पूरा first column है of the RH table. Now we have all the elements of the first column in a RH table. ये है आपका first column. ये है आपका first column, right? Now you have to see. Now what is the remaining? You have to replace the epsilon by 0. जहाँ जहाँ आपने epsilon लिखा है वहाँ आपको 0 पुट करना है. So let us check. क्या क्या थे first column? Elements of first column. Elements of first column. I guess first was +1 +2 plus epsilon. So +1 +2 plus epsilon plus 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon plus ये पूरा 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon into 7 by 2. So 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon into 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon upon 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon plus last element आएगा 3. Right. So these are the elements of the first column. Now यहाँ पे हमको क्या करना चाहिए? जहाँ पे we have taken this variable, we have to put it as 0. So it is 0. So this will be your 0. Now see here, 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. Put epsilon is equals to 0. So it is 6 into 0 minus 7 upon 0. So it will be minus 7 upon 0. It is minus infinity. Minus 7 upon 0 will make minus infinity. So what is the value of this? It is minus infinity. What is the value of this element? It is minus infinity. Now you have to put epsilon is equals to 0. So 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon और ये cancel हो जाएगा तो बचेगा क्या यहाँ पे? You will get here, I will write this. It will be 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon upon 6 epsilon minus 7 upon epsilon. Right? So what you can write? It is 7 by 2 minus 3 epsilon, ये epsilon ऊपर गया, so 3 epsilon square upon 6 epsilon minus 7. Now you can put epsilon is equals to 0. Now if you put epsilon is equal to 0, it will be 7 by 2 minus 3 into 0 upon 6 into 0 minus 7. 6 into 0 minus 7. So you can solve this. ये 0 हो गया. So it will be 7 by 2. The answer will be 7 by 2. So this answer is 7 by 2. This answer is 7 by 2. Last is your positive 3. So आपके पास सारे elements हैं. You have got all the elements. So आपके पास अभी सारे elements हैं. You have got all the elements. Now let us check this change in sign. We are going from +1 to +2, no change. +1 to +2, no sign change. +2 to 0, no change. From 0 to minus infinity, change. Sign is changing. So change. First change. From minus infinity to 7 by 2, second change. Minus से plus हो रहा है, so it is second change. Second time sign change हो रहा है. Second time sign is changing. From 7 by 2 to +3, it is +7 by 2, it is +3, so no change. सो नो चेंज. सो कितनी बार साइन चेंज हो रहा है? सो साइन इज चेंजिंग 2 times, from 0 to minus infinity first time and from minus infinity to 7/2 second time. So 2 बार साइन चेंज हो रहा है. If 2 times sign is changing, what it indicates? 2 poles on the right hand side of S plane. So 2 poles on the right hand side of S plane. 2 poles on the right hand side of S plane. So let us check what is the correct answer. Option number C is correct. How many poles on the right hand side of S plane? So we have 2 poles on the right hand side of S plane, right? So अगर आपने खुद ने ट्राई किया है और आपका भी आंसर सेम आया है, then it is very good. You are following the lectures very well and you are knowing the concept now. आपको concept समझ में आ रही है. अगर किसी को ये आंसर में थोड़ी दिक्कत हुई होगी, so make sure you practice more sums. Just don't make any mistakes in यहाँ पे कोई मिस्टेक मत करो. No any basic mathematic mistake. कोई मैथ का मिस्टेक नहीं करना है, बेसिक कैलकुलेशंस नहीं करने इसमें. So if you are doing it properly without any calculation error, आपको ये आंसर आना ही चाहिए, right? You should get this answer. Yes. So this is again a workbook example. Just check इसका क्वेश्चन नंबर क्या है. अगर आपके पास वर्कबुक नहीं है, so you can pause the video and you can just write down the question. This is one of the workbook examples. It says a certain system has a transfer function g of s is given s plus 8 upon s square plus alpha s minus 4. आपके पास एक ट्रांसफर फंक्शन दिया है s plus 8 upon s square plus alpha s minus 4, where alpha is a parameter. Alpha क्या है? Some parameter. Alpha is a parameter. Consider standard negative unity feedback system as shown. So he's saying consider a standard negative feedback system as shown. ये आपका negative feedback है, यहाँ पे sign negative है. So it is a negative unity feedback because feedback factor is 1. Feedback factor is 1. Now I guess I'll just check कि क्या पूछा है find करने को. Yes. So ऑप्शंस जिसके पास वर्कबुक नहीं है, दे कैन राइट द ऑप्शंस व्हाट इज टू बी फाउंड. सो आपके पास एक ट्रांसफर फंक्शन है, ही इज गिवन द ट्रांसफर फंक्शन वेयर अल्फा इज सम पैरामीटर एंड इज सेइंग कंसीडर एंड यूनिटी फीडबैक सिस्टम, कंसीडर एन यूनिटी फीडबैक सिस्टम, एंड द क्वेश्चन इज which of the following statement is true. I have not written the complete question, but the question is which of the following statement is true. First statement, which of the following statement is true? First statement, the closed loop system is never stable for any value of alpha. What is the first option? First option is the closed loop system is never stable for any value of alpha. ये आपका है पहला ऑप्शन. Second option, for some positive value of alpha, for some positive value of alpha, for some positive value of alpha, comma, the closed loop system is stable. For some positive value of alpha, for some positive values, please write values s suffix x. For some positive values of alpha, comma, the system is stable, comma, but not for all positive value. वहां पे कंटिन्यू करो. But not for all positive value. Third option है for all positive values of alpha. Third option है for all positive values of alpha, the closed loop system is stable. third option is for all positive values of alpha, the closed loop system is stable. Fourth option है आपका, last option, the closed loop system is stable for all positive values of alpha. For all, the closed loop system is stable for values of alpha, both positive and negative. Make correction. The closed loop system is stable for all values of alpha, comma, both positive and negative. Both positive and negative. Both positive and negative. So in short, he is asking for which value of alpha the system is stable. So the question is based on stability of a system. The question is based on stability of a system. Yes. So let us see the solution for this question. Now what is asked? Is asked to find the range for alpha for which the system is stable, and आपके पास options है. Since there is a word stability, we need to do the Routh-Hurwitz criteria method. So सबसे पहले g of s. So g of s दिया है हमारे पास s plus 8 upon s square plus alpha s minus 4. This is given to us. A certain system has a transfer function g of s, it is given. Now see here, please look carefully. This g of s is open loop transfer function. This g of s is open loop transfer function. And question किसके बारे में पूछा है? In question, if you check the options, the question is based on closed loop system. He is asking the stability range of alpha for closed loop system. हमारे पास एक closed loop system दिया है, h of s उसका है, we have h of s, feedback is unity and feedback is negative, right? So सबसे पहले, since in option everywhere it is closed loop system, we need to find the closed loop transfer function. So closed loop transfer function find करना है हमको. So CLTF, closed loop transfer function, say T of S. In first lecture I have told you how to find a closed loop transfer function for unity feedback system. It is G of S upon 1. Feedback is negative, यहाँ पे आएगा positive, upon G of S into H of S, but feedback is unity, so H of S will be 1. Feedback is unity, so H of S will be 1. आपके पास G of S की value है, you have the value of G of S, yes, S plus 8 and all those things. Substitute the value, यहाँ पे substitute करो value G of S की, S plus 8 upon S square plus alpha S minus 4 upon 1 plus S plus 8 upon S square plus alpha S minus 4. So कुछ नहीं किया, I have just substituted the value of G of S in the equation. So make sure what you can do, LCM लेके ये यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो, then ये cancel हो सकता है, so it will be S plus 8 upon what will be remaining, it will be S square plus alpha S minus 4 plus S plus 8. Simple calculation है ये, एक बार चेक कर लो. So T of S ट्रांसफर फंक्शन क्या होगा आपका, S plus 8 अपॉन S square है, so S square plus alpha S and S, so S कॉमन ले सकते हैं हम, so it will be 1 plus alpha S minus 4 plus 8, so it is plus 4. So this is your closed loop transfer function. So this is your final closed loop transfer function. So this is your final closed loop transfer function of a negative unity feedback system. Yes. If you have seen my first lecture in Routh-Hurwitz stability criteria, I have told you the denominator of a closed loop transfer function is called characteristic equation. So the denominator of a closed loop transfer function is called characteristic equation. Now why to take characteristic equation? QK options is talking about stability. In options we want to know about the stability. Stability किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है? On the poles. Poles कहाँ से मिलते हैं? In the denominator. Numerator gives zeros, denominator gives poles, hence the denominator is called characteristic equation. So your CE characteristic equation will be S square plus 1 plus alpha into S plus 4. Let me check. S square plus 1 plus alpha into S plus 4. So this is your characteristic equation. Now you can start for RH table. S square, S raised to 1, S raised to 0. S square का कोएफिशिएंट 1 है, 1 प्लस अल्फा है, S रेज टू 1 का कोएफिशिएंट 1 प्लस अल्फा है, ये 0 हो गया, ये भी 0 हो गया, सॉरी यहाँ पे 4 आएगा, then we have 4, then we have 0, right? एक ही एलिमेंट फाइंड करना है, which is S raised to 0. yes, 1 प्लस अल्फा इंटू 4 माइनस 0 अपॉन 1 प्लस अल्फा, ये ही एलिमेंट आएगा नीचे. द सेम एलिमेंट विल कम. शॉर्टकट मेथड मैंने बताया था, अगर कोई 0 होगा, जो वो एलिमेंट है 0 के ऊपर का, वो नीचे आता है, राइट. So we have the first column. First column is what we want. First column is what we want. Yes, for a system to be stable, the first column of RH table, there should be no any sign change. There should be no any sign change. तो क्या है पहला कॉलम में? First element is 1, then we have 1 plus alpha, then we have 4. Now see here, ये positive है, this is a positive. In order to get system stable, 1 plus alpha should be also positive. अगर आपको ये सिस्टम स्टेबल चाहिए, मतलब यहाँ पे कोई भी साइन चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए, कोई भी साइन चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए. +1 इज पॉजिटिव, 4 इज ऑल्सो पॉजिटिव, तो ये पॉजिटिव, ये पॉजिटिव. अगर 1 प्लस अल्फा नेगेटिव हो जाता है तो साइन चेंज होगा, सिस्टम तो अनस्टेबल होगा, सिस्टम तो अनस्टेबल होगा. बट ही इज आस्किंग इन द क्वेश्चन फॉर स्टेबिलिटी, फॉर सिस्टम टू बी स्टेबल, what should be the constants on alpha? So for system to be stable, 1 plus alpha should be positive. For system to be stable, 1 plus alpha should be positive. अगर ये positive होता है 1 plus alpha, so there will be no change from +1 to this positive, no change from this positive to +4, no change. Then only the system will be stable. So for system to be stable, 1 plus alpha should be positive. For system to be stable, 1 plus alpha should be positive. Should be positive matlab I can write 1 plus alpha should be greater than 0. I can write 1 plus alpha should be greater than 0. 1 plus alpha should be greater than 0. He is asking what are the conditions on alpha for system to be stable. So alpha क्या होना चाहिए? Alpha should be greater than 1, यहाँ पे जाएगा -1. One plus alpha should be greater, should be positive. Positive matlab it should be greater than 0. So I've put 1 plus alpha should be greater than 0. It means alpha should be greater than 1. So if you want, you can plot this. ये अल्फा है, विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अल्फा निकालूंगा. सो यहाँ पे कहीं पे होगा मेरा -1. नाउ सी, सिस्टम अगर स्टेबल चाहिए, तो 1 प्लस अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 0 एंड अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 1. सो ये है, सॉरी, अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन -1. सॉरी, अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन -1. सो -1 यहां पे है, इसके आगे ग्रेटर देन है ना, सो इसके आगे कुछ भी हो अल्फा की वैल्यू, द सिस्टम विल बी स्टेबल. सो फ्रॉम हियर for all values of alpha, system is stable. Alpha can be 0 चलता है, 1, 2, 3, 4. पॉजिटिव वैल्यू तो सारे चलेंगे, पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज तो सारे चलेंगे, राइट? सो व्हाट कैन बी द ऑप्शन, करेक्ट ऑप्शन? फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है द क्लोज लूप सिस्टम इज नेवर स्टेबल फॉर एनी वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा. नो, रॉन्ग. इट इज स्टेबल फॉर अल्फा ग्रेटर देन 1. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन तो रॉन्ग है. सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज फॉर सम पॉजिटिव वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा द क्लोज लूप सिस्टम इज स्टेबल बट नॉट फॉर ऑल पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज. ये भी रॉन्ग है. अगर ये 0 पॉइंट है तो इफ अल्फा इज ग्रेटर देन -1 फॉर ऑल पॉजिटिव वैल्यू इट इज स्टेबल. बस वो -1 के ऊपर होना चाहिए. सो ऑप्शन 2 इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. Third option is for all positive values of alpha the closed loop system is stable. हाँ, थर्ड ऑप्शन अब तक तो करेक्ट दिख रहा है. Yes, for all positive values of alpha the system is stable. It is one of the correct. It looks like correct. Let us check the last option. The closed loop system is stable for all values of alpha, both positive and negative. नहीं. Fourth option is saying the system is stable for values of alpha which are both positive and negative. Positive के लिए तो stable है. For any value of alpha, for positive value it is stable. For not for all negative value. Negative value कहाँ तक है? -1. So from this option C is only correct. ऑप्शन सी इज ओनली करेक्ट. बाकी के तो थोड़े इनकरेक्ट हैं, बिकॉज हमारा क्या आंसर आया था? फॉर सिस्टम टू बी स्टेबल अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन -1. सो इसमें से इन 4 में से सिर्फ ऑप्शन सी मैच हो रहा है, एल्स और ऑप्शंस आर नॉट गुड. Why option D is incorrect? Because it is saying closed loop system is stable for all values of alpha. All values of alpha, both positive and negative. पॉजिटिव के लिए तो है बराबर. फॉर एनी वैल्यू ऑफ अल्फा विच इज पॉजिटिव इट इज स्टेबल, बट नॉट फॉर नेगेटिव. सिर्फ नेगेटिव -1 के आगे इट इज स्टेबल. इफ इट इज -2, इफ अल्फा इज -2, नॉट वैलिड, देन इट इज अनस्टेबल सिस्टम, राइट? सो ये हो गया, राइट? सो वन मोर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम योर वर्कबुक. एक और क्वेश्चन है ये वर्कबुक का. It says a system described by a transfer function g of s दिया है आपको. It is 1 upon s cube plus alpha s square plus ks plus 3 is stable. He is saying the system is stable. He has given you the system is stable. The constraint on alpha and k are. The constraint on alpha and k are. Very simple question. GATE EC 2000, IIT Kharagpur. right? The constraint on alpha and k are. Now see here, थोड़ा आपका कंफ्यूजन मैं दूर करता हूँ कि सर ओपन लूप कब लेना है, क्लोज लूप कब लेना है, सर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन कब लेना है. See, when he is talking about stability, we need to take the denominator. तो चाहे वो ओपन लूप का हो या क्लोज लूप का हो, it depends on the question. Previous question he was asking about closed loop system. So that's why we converted the open loop system to closed loop system, right? यहाँ पे एक ट्रांसफर फंक्शन दिया है h of s, it is 1 upon s cube plus alpha s square plus ks plus 3. He is saying it is stable. He is saying it is stable. So इसके बारे में वो बोल रहा है, he is talking about h of s. He is talking about h of s. He is talking about h of s. h of s is stable. h of s is stable. He is saying h of s is stable. तो स्टेबिलिटी के लिए इसके ही पोल्स देखने पड़ेंगे, इसके ही पोल्स देखने पड़ेंगे. देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ ओपन लूप और क्लोज लूप. ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट एच ऑफ एस. ही इज सेइंग एच ऑफ एस इज स्टेबल, सो इसका ही डिनोमिनेटर लेना पड़ेगा. द कंस्ट्रेंट्स ऑन अल्फा एंड के आर. सो हैव गिवन 4 ऑप्शंस, 4 ऑप्शंस है. आई वुड सजेस्ट यू टू प्लीज पॉज द वीडियो एंड एक बार आप खुद ट्राई करो, then you can just verify your answers. He is saying h of s is stable. वो stable ही है. So let us see the answer. h of s is given by 1 upon s cube plus alpha s square, 1 upon s cube plus alpha s square plus k होगा plus k plus 3 plus ks plus 3, right? So he's saying it is stable. ये stable है. Stable मतलब he is talking about the poles. Poles मतलब denominator लेंगे. Sir, it is cubic. Why don't you use the trig method? वो भी हम करेंगे. बताया था ना, अगर क्यूबिक होगा, थर्ड ऑर्डर इक्वेशन होगा, then you can use the trig method also. That also will also do. You can do this by first method, normal method. S cube, s square, s raised to 1, s raised to 0. Coefficient 1, then alpha, then k, and then 3. Yes. Alpha into k, alpha k minus 1 into 3 is 3 upon alpha. So it is alpha k minus 3 upon alpha. आगे कुछ है नहीं तो 0 लिख दो. This term alpha k minus 3 upon alpha into 3 into alpha into 0 upon this term, कहाँ था, अगर 0 होगा तो ये term वापस आएगा, so it is 3. Right. He is saying the system is stable है. He is saying the system is stable. How to identify the stability of a system? All elements in the first column should have the same sign. So देखो first column कौन से है first column में elements? +1 है, then we have alpha, then we have alpha k minus 3 upon alpha, then we have 3. So ये positive है, first is positive, +1 is positive, +3 is also positive. He is saying the system is stable. What are the constraints on alpha and alpha k? So you can easily see alpha positive होना चाहिए. अगर यहाँ पे positive sign चाहिए, अगर ये positive चाहिए, so alpha should be positive. When can alpha be positive? When alpha is greater than 0. If alpha is greater than 0, then this term will be positive. This term will be positive. So plus 1 to plus alpha, so no sign change. So first constraint क्या है? First constraint on alpha should be greater than 0. Again this term should be also positive. ये भी पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए. So alpha k minus 3 upon alpha should be greater than 0. Should be greater than 0. पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए ना. So I can write this as alpha k minus 3 should be greater than 0. You can take minus 3 on the right hand side. So alpha k should be greater than 3. If you want this term to be positive, what is the condition? The product of alpha into k should be greater than 3. तभी ये positive होगा, and ये तो positive है, so that all are positive, all positive, system stable. लेकिन दो condition क्या है? First is alpha should be greater than 0. ये तो यहाँ से देखने से ही पता चल जाता है. ये positive चाहिए, alpha should be positive, so alpha should be greater than 0, right? Alpha k minus 3 upon alpha should be greater than 0. So alpha k minus 3 upon alpha should be greater than 0. ये alpha into 0, ये alpha divide में है, 0 से multiply हो गया तो कट जाएगा, इसलिए I've written only the numerator. So alpha k minus 3 should be greater than 0. That means alpha k should be greater than 3. So this is my second condition. This is my second condition. First is alpha should be greater than 0. Second is alpha k should be greater than 3. कौन सा ऑप्शन है? ऑप्शन C, I guess. Alpha is greater than 0 and alpha k is greater than 3. Option C is correct. अगर आपका आंसर करेक्ट आया है, so yes, very good, you're on the right track. ट्रिक मेथड है आपके पास, ट्रिक मेथड. यू कैन ऑल्सो सॉल्व बाय ट्रिक मेथड. थर्ड ऑर्डर सिस्टम है ना, मैंने एक ट्रिक बताया था टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस ऑन थर्ड ऑर्डर सिस्टम. नो नीड टू डू ऑल दिस थिंग्स. Yes. Those who have seen my previous lecture, उनको ये trick method पता होगा, right? I can write this as A, B, C and D. A, B, C, D क्या है? A is the coefficient of S cube, B is the coefficient of S square, C is the coefficient of S and the constant is D. क्या बताया था? IP मतलब inner product is greater than outer product, then stable, then system is stable. If inner product is greater than outer product, then system is stable. अगर outer product बड़ा होगा, then system is unstable. अगर both equal होंगे, system will be marginally stable. We'll not discuss the rest 2 points. Why? Because in question he is saying it is stable. Question में दिया है ना, system is stable. दिया है, stable दिया है. What is inner product? Inner product is B into C. B क्या है? Alpha. C क्या है? K. So alpha K should be greater than outer product. Outer is what? A into D. A is coefficient of S cube is 1. D is 3. So 1 into 3. So alpha k should be greater than 3, then only system is stable. यही आंसर आया था ना नॉर्मल RH टेबल से, यही आंसर आया था. अल्फा k should be greater than 3. So same answer you are getting. Option C, alpha k is greater than 0. So ये तो alpha should be greater than 0 only, ये तो देख के ही बता सकते हैं, right? If alpha is less than 0, if alpha is लेस देन 0, क्या होगा, एस क्यूब नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, सॉरी एस स्क्वायर नेगेटिव हो जाएगा। अगर सारे पॉजिटिव है और सिर्फ एस स्क्वायर नेगेटिव है तो ये सिस्टम अनस्टेबल होगा, लेकिन सिस्टम तो स्टेबल, ही इज सेइंग द सिस्टम इज स्टेबल। इफ ही सेइंग सिस्टम इज स्टेबल, देयर शुड बी फर्स्ट कंडीशन, no coefficient should be 0, no any s coefficient should be 0, and it should have all the same sign. तो देख के ही आप बोल सकते हो एस अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 0, अल्फा शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 0। अगर ये लेस देन 0 होता है देन एस स्क्वायर विल बिकम नेगेटिव। इफ एस स्क्वायर बिकम्स नेगेटिव, ये अनस्टेबल होगा, ये अनस्टेबल होगा। स्टेबिलिटी तो इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। सो दिस अल्फा इज ग्रेटर देन 0, ये तो देख के भी हम बता सकते हैं। मेन आंसर वॉज अल्फा के इज ग्रेटर देन 3। सो ये ट्रिक मेथड था, ट्रिक मेथड। राइट, so let's discuss some more question from your workbook.